sure to check out Angel's Geeks for your figures and collectibles. So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Max Factory Figma Sekiro Shadows Die Twice DX Edition. So let's get into it right away and take a very quick look at the box. So as you can see, we already did take a look at the front of the box, and I really dig the look of the box here. So there's the front, there is the bottom there is the top, the one side dope image of the character there, then there's the other side with a cool image of the figure, and then the back of the packaging does show some pretty cool poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure open and take a closer look at this badass looking character who I do not know much about at all, but the game looked pretty damn awesome, and so does the character. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look at Wolf, I believe his name is, and this figure was done really well, man. The detail on this thing is fantastic. Great paint, great sculpt, shading throughout the figure as well. There's a spot on the hair where they didn't paint it or some other color paint got on it. And then on the side of his face, it looks like they went like a little too heavy with that shading. The other side looks fine, but this side a little too much. But even like where he has a 5 o'clock shadow, I don't mind that the darker paint on there because it looks more like a 5 o'clock shadow. But I think on this side of the face, they definitely went a bit too heavy there. But I think the face sculpt looks pretty good. I like the extra pieces of hair they added on the front there. Hair looks pretty good too with the sculpt detail. I like the white on the side there. The paint's pretty clean on that. You can see some of the white in the ponytail as well. And we do get like this bandana scarf type piece, which is a separate piece. So you can see there, very nice sculpt and paint all throughout it. And it is a bit of a softer type plastic, as you can see there. And this character just has so much going on him with the clothing, on his arms and everything. There's just so much going on, and everything just looks great. I love the wash that they added throughout the figure. Over here looks great with all these, like the rope right there holding up the sheath on the back looks pretty good. We get like another rope or tie over there. The orange jacket looks great. They added a very nice wash all throughout it. The bottom of it's all tattered and worn and just looks like he's been wearing it for a while. I like the paint that they added on the bottom of it as well. Then we get this piece around the waist that holds up this sword and sheath, which is pretty cool. The arms look dope. This arm kind of like has like metal. I believe that's armor, but you see like bone over here, so don't know what that's all about. Like I said, I never played the game, so I don't know too much about the character, but that looks dope. Then we get the regular arm here, and I love all the wrappings around the forearm. That looks so dope. Very clean paint all throughout this figure. This sheath looks sick. The sheaths are connected with ball joints, I believe, ball pegs, but I love the way that sheath looks. This sheath looks pretty cool too. And then the purple piece underneath looks great, and then the pants look dope also. I love the way they looked tucked in around the knees. That looks so awesome, and I love the sculpted texture to them as well. Same with the sculpted texture on the purple piece and the orange jacket. And then the lower legs look great, kind of similar to like how the forearm here looks. Very clean paint. Once again, the sculpt looks great, sculpted wrinkles and everything. And then we do get, I guess, kind of the samurai-ish type sandals going on. I mean, but the feet look great too. And then there's the bottom of them. So overall, the paint and sculpt detail on this figure, excellent job by Max Factory. They really did a kick-ass job with the detail on Wolf here. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, Wolf is included with a ton of great stuff. The display options with this figure are really endless. I tell you, they really are. So what we do get first and foremost, we do get the Figma bag, of course, for those of you who like to store your accessories in there. Then we do get a Figma stand, so we do have the base, the arm, and then the extension piece that does peg into the back of the figure, so we do get those two things. We also get this here. I forgot what it is, what it means exactly in the game. As you can see, it says death on there. I forgot. My friend Tyler told me what it meant, but I forgot. And then we do get a little stand for it as well, because you just place that right in there, and then you can put this behind Wolf or something like that. So pretty cool that they did include that. Now for accessories he uses, we do get this umbrella looking thing, which I believe is his shield, and this thing is painted beautifully and sculpted really well also. Just dig the way that looks. Very cool looking. Guessing that's supposed to be a peacock from the looks of it there. Then we do have the handle that he can grip onto, but this can be a little heavy in his hand, so just keep that in mind. So we do get that awesome piece. And then we do get some more of his weapons. One thing I wish they did include was an alternate face, unless the guy doesn't make any facial expressions in the game. I have no idea if he does or not, but definitely would have liked an interchangeable face. But like I said, we do get some more awesome weapons. So we do get 2 different swords, and then each of them have just the sword handle, so you can put it into the sheath. So we do get this sword handle and this sword. Sword handle looks fine. Very nice sculpt and paint detail on that. And this just pegs right into the back sheath. The peg is shaped a specific way, so be sure you peg it in properly. And this one tends to fall out easier on me, so we do get that for that sword. And then we do get the actual sword here, and this might be my favorite accessory. I love the way this blade looks with the jagged edge and then the red mixed with the black for the blade. That looks so dope. And then the handle, once again, painted and sculpted beautifully. Actually, the cross guards on these swords are really cool looking. So we do get that. Then we do get the sword and sword handle to the other sword, which I'm guessing this is more basic sword. And the sword handle here looks pretty good with the paint and sculpt detail. And just look at the sculpting on the cross guard. That is some beautiful sculpt work. And then we do get that like a black wash on it. And then this pegs into this sheath on the hip there. And that one stays in much better compared to that one. Now for the actual sword here, once again, beautiful job on the actual sword, the blade. I like how we have black on the dull side, then the sharp side has that nice silver, and it is a little sharp, both of them. So just be careful of that. Crossguard and handle, once again, look great. Very nice tiny sculpt detail on the handle. I really dig the way that looks. So we do get the swords, then we do get this dope spear. And the spearhead looks pretty cool. That is sharp, so is this piece, so be careful of that. But very nice sculpting and painting on these pieces here. Very unique looking spear having this piece on it, because I guess you could stab and then stab back as well with it. So it's pretty cool actually. And then the handle looks pretty dope too. They added a nice wash all throughout it as well. So we do get that. Then we do get a little hatchet. And then we do get this kunai that's attached to a rope. And the kunai looks really good. So does the rope also. And the way you get this on, you just pop off one of the hands, put this around the wrist joint, then pop the hand back on there. So we do get that. And then the hatchet here looks pretty cool too. You could tell it's been swung around a lot with all the gashes and stuff throughout it. But I like how on the sharp end it's more of a silver compared to the black there. And then the wood handle looks pretty good. Actually, it looks like wood there, and I like this piece that he put on the handle as well with the wrappings and everything. So pretty damn cool weapons with this figure here. And then finally we do get the statue with the blue flame effect. And the statue here looks pretty cool, man. Very nice sculpting and painting once again. And then we do get the blue flame, which is a blue translucent plastic. And it does come separately, so you do have to put it around the two hands there, which is really simple to do. You just take this piece, do that, and then take the front piece and peg it on. Whoops. And there you go, as simple as that to connect that piece on there. But pretty cool accessory to include with the figure here. So we do get all that awesome stuff, and then we finally get 9 alternate hands and a hand rack, and then they also do include an extra wrist joint. And like what I always say, that is always a great thing when figure companies include extra wrist joints with their figures. And as I mentioned before, we do get an extra wrist joint, so definitely awesome that they included that. And then starting on the right here, we do get a pair of fists, of course, which do come on the figure out of the packaging. Then we do get a pair of gripping hands, a pair of kind of open resting type hands. You could also use them to make it look like he's about to unsheath his sword. Then we do get a pair of open resting hands. Then we do get a right karate chippity chop chop type hand. And we do get some excellent sculpt and paint detail throughout all 9 hands. And all the hands are very simple to swap out as well. And like what Daredevil 19 always says, that is a good thing, because you don't want to risk breaking a wrist joint on your new Wolf figure. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Wolf. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review, shall we? Now for the height of Wolf, to the very top of his head, looks like he's a little bit over 6 inches tall, then to the top of his ponytail, he's just under 6.5 inches tall. And then here he is compared to some other Figma figures. So we do have Todoroki, Hakimaru, Griffith, and the Berserker Armored Guts. And I think Wolf here scales pretty well with these other Figma figures. And then here he is compared to the Daisen model Saitama, the Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Snake Eyes, the SH Figuarts Kakashi, and the Mezco 112 Silver Knight Batman. And then here he is compared to the Storm Collectible Sector, the Marvel Legends Retro Series Deadpool, the Mafex Justice League Batman, and the Figma Black Swordsman Guts. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku and the Mezco 112 Deadpool. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. Let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for the articulation, and he does have some pretty good movement here. So this sheath can move around a little bit. Like I said before, I believe they're connected with ball pegs, as you can see there. Now for the neck here, you can get them to pretty much look directly down. Looks up pretty good. Very nice pivot there, as you can see. And then of course it does swivel at both the neck joints there. Then we do get a torso and a waist joint. Doesn't really crunch forward a whole bunch, but you do get a little bit of movement out of it. Goes back okay. Pivots pretty good with both joints, and then of course they do both swivel as well. Now the arms here, we do get a very nice circular motion there, and then we do have a butterfly joint, which definitely is effective, so that is definitely good. And some people might not like the way the arms or the joints look at the shoulders there. You can hide it though, so not that big of a deal. Arms do go out to the side a bit more than 90 degrees, up and down. We don't have true bicep swivel on the left arm, but we do on the right arm there, as you can see. So you will have to use the bicep swivel at the shoulder joint, or you could use it at the single jointed elbow that does bend in all the way, and then it does swivel where the joint connects. And the bicep and the forearm. Then we do get the ball hinge on the wrist, so that does swivel and hinges back and forth. Now for the legs, Wolf can kick forward about 90 degrees, goes to the back a tiny bit, and these pieces here can hinge up and down as well, as you can see there. And he can almost Jean-Claude Van Damme it, so pretty good leg movement with Wolf. Then we do get a nice hip swivel, single jointed knees that do bend back pretty much all the way. Some people might not like the way that looks there. And the joint does not swivel at the upper lower leg there, but at the ankles here, they do swivel, hinge up okay, hinge down incredibly well, and then you get a fantastic ankle pivot, and then of course a toe hinge. So overall, I think Wolf does have some pretty good articulation, and just like me, you are going to have a bunch of fun posing this figure around. The posing options and display options are endless with this figure, and I'm about to show you some of the poses you can get him into right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the Figma Sekiro Shadows Die Twice Wolf. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure with detail, I'd have to give it an even 9. Articulation, I'd give it an 8.5. Accessories, I'd give it a 9.5. And then the overall quality, I'd have to give it an even 9. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did have mine imported from Japan from AmiAmi, but Ageless Geeks should be getting this in stock any day, so you can check at agelessgeeks.com, and when you check out, use codename Daredevil, and you will get yourself a bit of a discount. If you can't find something on their website, I do highly recommend going through their Instagram or Facebook page. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that notification bell. And if you liked it, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, oh well, I guess you didn't like it. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. Sekiro DX Edition figure. Damn it, I messed up. We do get the Figma bag, of course. You want to extort. God damn it! Say words properly, bastard.